Here's what everyone should know. Escalators have no place for motorcycles, strollers, carts, and heavy loads. There should be enough space here at Local Plaza for more elevators and staircases. They should build the unbuilt entrance towards E and 7th Streets, no matter what. This is what I mean. They should put 2 more elevators here. Actually 3. They should put, no, that is exactly what I'm talking about. They should put 3 elevators here, but also 3 on the other side for every single entrance. Which should all in Fort Totten, of course. By the unrehabbed escalator there, replaced by a staircase and a bonus elevator. That's what I'm talking about. The old signage should not have been recycled, but should be placed instead onto stops that are in the DC Metro core, you know, the DC core, like Farragut West and Union Station. Instead. And this, for example, like they should also include elevators at the eastern entrances at Judiciary Square, U Street, Norfolk Plaza, and the west entrance at McPherson Square, Gallery Place, Chinatown, and we should put elevators at DuPont Circle, the southeast entrance, like at Judiciary Square, the north entrance at Smithsonian, the north entrance at Gallery Place, Chinatown, and the eastern entrance of Cleveland Park, and more elevators to come at Courthouse between the middle landing and mezzanine platform at the same mezzanine, and to replace one of the rehab and to replace one of the 2 non-rehab escalators with an elevator at Mount Vernon Square Convention Center. To install 4 elevators between the northbound platform of the upper level at Norfolk Plaza for every single entrance. This also applies to Nova Gallaudet University
This also applies to, no. A bonus elevator also applies to Noma Gallaudet University for every single entrance, because there are 3 there. And for future entrances too. Like they did at Medical Center, but they should add another elevator there. And Bethesda too, which there will be 6 elevators between street level and mezzanine level. They should add 4 more there. Like they should add elevators between mezzanine and platform at Ballston Marymount University and Pentagon City. And, of course, elevators for every single future entrance planned. Just like they will do at Ballston this summer, which they start construction on. The reason why I have more elevators in mind is because I have seen a lot of people violating rules on the escalator, which includes carrying strollers, even with children on them, scooters, motorcycles, bicycles, and heavy loads, like they're not supposed to. And it's for their own good too. And the so-called 3rd elevator between mezzanine and platform level here at Noma should be situated at one of the 2 escalators going up or down. This also includes Largo too, if I were to plan an entrance towards Lotsford, which cause escalators to go out of service temporarily, even modernized. That's what I'm talking about. Rhode Island Avenue, Brentwood, should have been fully rehabbed in 2018, as they have planned repairs on the platforms. Also, like they should build elevators onto Monroe Street and Michigan Avenue. Easier access to the station should be fully recommended. And it applies to every single other metro station across the system. It looks like they're steadily rebuilding the platforms. WMATA. Also imagine building more stations that would match exactly the look of the following: Anacostia, Huntington, Prince George's Plaza, now Hyattsville Crossing, West Hyattsville, Potomac Yard, the segment between Woodley Park and Medical Center. Looks like Naylor Road, Suitland, Southern Avenue, Branch Avenue,
Rhode Island Avenue, Brentwood, Grosvenor Strathmore this summer. There's also Noma Gallaudet University, Morgan Boulevard, and downtown Largo that all need to be having their platforms renovated because they look outdated. We should install these so-called 2001 PIDs into stops that are in the core of DC, including Pentagon and the Farragut's, just like they did at Union Station, and a couple ones at the transfer stations in downtown DC. I'm talking Metro Center, Gallery Place, Chinatown. Here, for example, at Fort Taunton, it is what they should do by modernizing the exterior and to make it look like silver, just like the ones being rehabbed years ago. Not the platforms, because they look rehabbed themselves. But for this one, including Brooklyn Catholic University of America. As you can see, there are new PIDs here at the station, just like Tacoma, as both of their platforms are rehabbed, but they need to rehab the benches and the elevator exterior, which would also apply to the stations that I have listed. And here, if there are more than one set of escalator, then they should transform them into staircases. And also, which also applies to the transfer stations, Metro Center, Alpha Plaza, and Gallery Place, Chinatown, where they have more than one escalator bank between the upper and lower levels. I'm still not quite sure if they are going to build another mezzanine for this, just because it is an emergency exit. But it should be beneficial towards the East Campus of St. Elizabeth's Hospital.